right, so
Yoshi!
Queenie Marchesa, long may she reign, versus everyone's worst nightmare, Bruse Reyhan.
Yeah, today's alchemy, I guess. I'm
So,
really surprised by the amount of Zogo decks. It's quite impressive. With that many Bruse players, it should be a hard day for one of those Zogos.
Oh, again, for any new viewers we have, hello, I'm Brennan McAleer, go online by Dan Pyre. I'm part of the rules committee here to comment on the Demonic Commander tournament. And I'm here with ...
With Leo Bois, and Kiku, Kilias, Nolai, all the names on the internet. I'm a former player from the rules committee too. And now I'm just a regular player, and I'll be here too to comment. So Brandon is commenting from the US, and I'm commenting from Paris. The tournament is in Rouen currently, and today is the Duel Commander event. I should receive the players' hands quite soon. And yes, so
Aurélien had a lot of Marchesa. Whoa.
Okay, so in Aurelien's hand, there's a Bird of Paradise, Elvish Mystic, Boral Druid, the 3/3 Bending Standard, I forgot the name, and a Grim something, the green for one black, the 2/2 with Delirium.
Grim player.
Yeah, that's it. And in
wow, that MTG bot's really useful. Holy crap.
In Sylvain's hand, Lotus Petal, 2 lands, including Cavern of Souls, Wrath for 3 mana, Pass to Exile, Engagement Making, and Balance.
That's a pretty decent hand. He's going to get to run out this turn 3 Marchesa, hopefully.
Yeah, but he will need to draw 1 more land, and he has troubles making some colored mana, and that should be a problem against Bruse Reyhan.
Well, he's got to believe in the heart of the cards, right?
Well, it's Magic and not Yu-Gi-Oh, so I'm not sure.
So it looks like we'll not be getting a turn 2 Reyhan, though, based on some color problems on... I don't want to mess his name up. Aurélien? Aurélien? How do I pronounce Aurélien's name properly? Is that right?
Aurélien Cornet. Contre Sylvain Zozaya. With the French accent, I guess.
Going with the Voice of Resurgence, which that is going to be pretty good versus Queen Marchesa and all of her instant speed removals.
Yeah, and he didn't have the black mana for Reyhan, so that's still nice. And I guess he will, hit for another elf. Yeah, he has 3 in total, so yeah, it's gonna be the Elves Rush. The issue here is that Sylvain, if he starts drawing his lands, he tries for the to get his land at least, and he has the 3 mana of Wrath to clear the board, even if there will still be a token from Voice of Resurgence. Could still help against all of the mana elves, Reyhan and Bruse.
Let's find out. Goes with a Rakdos Signet for some color fixing and a ramp. Okay. All right, we're gonna pass. Hopefully, no black mana for this Reyhan. Oh, all right. This fetch land is gonna get us the black mana that Aurélien needs to either play Reyhan now or Bruse Either one is a fine choice. Getting an extra life here is going to be helpful.
If he plays Reyhan and Sylvain clears the board, will he have the token from Voice of Resurgence with the tokens from Reyhan on it? I should reread Reyhan, I guess, to see how it happens. I'm not sure. Well, I guess he will have to target, and he won't have any target at that moment. So Bruse swing, and then
yeah. So if Reyhan and the Voice die at the same time, the token will not get the counters.
Yeah, no targets.
Whoa!
So, well, that's exactly what he needed.
Wow!
So he's gonna crush one land, four creatures. Sorry. Leave him only with a token, and maybe he'll have to discard. I don't know how many cards he has in hand. That's exactly what he wanted.
Balance, ladies and gentlemen. This is what balance looks like. Not the card, the word. Balance. Now, Aurélien sacrifices black mana. Surprising. Oh, okay, so he had an overgrown tomb hand. All right, there you go.
Yeah, he should have another land and the bird, so he can still manage to come back. But that's well, that was hardcore. And now Sylvain is well, in an okay spot, I guess. He will be able to play Queen Marchesa and control the board.
Reyhan coming down. That token being an especially good target since its power toughness will increase due to the number of creatures on the battlefield as well later in the game. If Reyhan were to die, that is. There is a land for Sylvain. Should be able to play Queen Marchesa with no problems, though it might be a bit dangerous to give Aurélien the Monarch.
Oh, that's even better.
Okay, wipe your
Because
board.
the issue with Queen Marchesa was that it's only a 3/3, so it dies to your own removals. If you can, well, at that point, if Aurélien doesn't draw some more lands, he cannot play his commanders, and he's in a tough spot. But he seems to, well, be still drawing some more elves and mana and giants, so I guess it's fine for him.
Good moves on Aurelian's here. Instead of playing the Elves Deep Shadow in his hand first and playing the birds, next turn you'll want to play the Elves Deep Shadow to crew the Copter with, since it will be summoning sick, but the birds will be open for mana. Most people, including myself, would have slammed down the elf first, thinking, I gotta crew the Copter day. But he made the heads-up play here and made the correct choice. But I think that the Queen Marchesa is going to be coming down now. Yep, there she is. Long may she reign.
The sad part is that if Aurélien doesn't have any removal spell, it will be quite if Sylvain doesn't have any removal spells, it will be quite easy for Aurélien to take back the Monarch and start drawing. Maybe Sylvain thinks that Aurélien doesn't have anything to crew the Copter, but he's gonna get a bit disappointed.
Figuring out some mana here. I see a Bloodghast, Elves of Deep Shadow, and Culligan's Command in Aurelian's hand. Culligan's Command, sadly not enough to kill Queen Marchesa with only 2 damage.
So crew, attack, and then do you have anything to answer? Removal. Oh, he has a pass to exile in hand. Will he want to use it? Okay, he loses one life, and probably he plays pass, remove the captor, and be able to keep his monarch.
I think that giving your opponent any one land is better than them drawing a card from their deck that could be better.
Yeah.
Also, it takes care of the threat, which is the most important part about it.
Yeah, indeed. Here you can see one of the weaknesses of Bruse Reyhan. After 2 mass removal spells, it's getting really difficult, and Queen Marchesa can just start while going for the kill, start attacking and drawing 2 cards a turn and winning the game. So, well, not all decks can manage to play 2 mass sweepers early in the game, but Queen Marchesa can, and I think it's a nice choice for that tournament.
Yeah, I'm surprised there are only 7 Queen Marchesas. Considering those dual lands are even some of the least expensive ones in the game, it's relatively cheap to put together compared to some other decks. So we got the Grimflare coming down from Aurélien. Does that have Delirium, land, creature, artifact? I don't think so. We're 1 shy. No, the Smoke Scepter was Path, so it does not have artifact and graveyard. This is just a 2/2. All right, Sylvain. Duress. Check to see if the way is clear. We have Bloodghast and Culligan's Command. Oof. Okay, that's rough. That Culligan's Command is going to be instrumental in finding a way to win this game. It's a 2 for 1, no matter how it works.
Yeah, at that point, Aurélien pretty much only has his 2 commanders.
Making mana. Is he morphing? No. Anguish Sunmaking on Grimflare. Goodbye, guy. Sylvain is going suspiciously low on life here. And now, okay, he probably has a removal spell, but that Elves may sneak through to get Aurélien some more cards to get the Monarch.
Yeah, indeed. That's the sad part of it, I guess. Pishes, 193 players. Or at least that's what they said early in the morning. So I guess it's right. So he played Command of Soul on said human.
Well, yes, right. Oh, he's tapping the dork. What?
Okay, so he won't be drawing much.
I mean, I suppose the Reyhan play is fine. Okay, you got to get some threats in there.
He has Anger in the graveyard.
Pardon me?
Well, Bloodghast, he can only attack if his opponent has 10 life or less.
Right. No? Sylvain was reduced to 9 after he played Anguish Sunmaking, but it hasn't been updated yet.
Okay. It's not
so
updated.
So Sylvain is at 7 now, folks, until it's updated.
Okay, so that explains everything. And then it's quite a nice play, because he took back the Monarch and can block Marchesa. Even if Reyhan gets killed, he can still put the counters on the bird, the elf, or the Bloodghast.
So, if he attacks with both to get the Monarch back, he'll get a card, but he'll lose his Marchesa, and Aurélien will have a big threat. This is actually kind of a sticky situation and proves the power of Reyhan.
Yeah, both Reyhan and Bruse are complicated to handle. Both force you to make tough choices. So both partner together, it's really a pain.
Looks like Sylvain just passed the turn to Aurélien. Six mana for Bruse. Yes. Okay, Sylvain, where's your removal?
Two mass removals. Ray and Bruse still winning.
I mean, Aurélien drew very well in this situation, I'd say.
Well, he drew mana, mostly in fact, and that's sufficient.
And it looks like Bruse did in fact target Reyhan for this attack with the double strike and lifelink.
So 3/3 double strike lifelink. Let's see what happens there. And again, that's a pain because he can try to kill Reyhan, not give him back some HPs, etc. But then he will just give 3 counters on something else, and it's not a problem. So let's hope that he draws some kind of a damnation, Wrath of God, something like that. Lingering Souls. So 2 tokens, maybe 2 more right away, depends on his hand, and if he wants to play something else.
Marcus Magic, no, you only get the assassin token if Queen Marchese is on the battlefield and you are not the monarch. It looks like he's going to double up on Lingering Souls here. Definitely needs to get this monarch token back so that he can start making cards. Okay, so he trades an assassin for a mana dork. That's fine. Less targets for the Reyhan death.
Next turn, he will be able to take back the Monarch at his 4th turn.
Right.
Let's hope that he finds some kind of mass removal. I think one more mass removal should really help him take the game. But the issue is that Aurélien can still just spam his commanders one at a time, and if Marchesa doesn't draw many removals, it will still be an issue.
The hard part here is he has to deal with this board state first, and then also deal with this huge life cushion that Aurelian's generated for himself.
Yeah.
All right. We're not sure who Bruse target Bruse on this attack, so Bruse has double strike and lifelink. That's right, Doc. Life cushion's turning into a life bed. And he is opting to chump some. Okay, I guess it makes sense.
Okay.
Leave one spirit behind to take the monarch back. Don't take any damage when you're at a precarious 7.
I'm not sure why he bothered killing the Bloodghast with a token like that.
Mostly just to preserve your life total, though. He could have blocked with the Queen Marchesa, though. That's fair.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering. Oh, Funashaman. Well, that's going to be really difficult if the game goes much longer.
This Fauna Shaman's going to find a Gore Clan Rampage is what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's what could happen indeed. And even if he doesn't win right away, he can just find anger, Vengevine, and many.
Oh, wow.
The game really too hard. So yeah,
Sylvain.
1-0 for Aurélien.
Sylvain picks it up.
Well, the fact that he managed to become the monarch, take back the board, and start drawing 2 cards a turn, and winning, it's just too strong. So in fact, the monarch token played against Sylvain for that game.
Right. I just figure you at least attack with a spirit token, get the monarch back, see what your end step draws, and if it's some instant speed removal, maybe you got a shot. But I understand. Well, that was after a balance and a radiant flames. Aurélien takes the game back in game 1. Wow. That's my vote for play of the game. And this, folks, is why you play fog effects in your decks, so that you don't get your monarch token taken. You can play darkness and Holy Day and Queen Marchesa. Why wouldn't you do that?
I think a Turbo Fog version of Queen Marchesa would be quite unexpected and quite fun too. Spam Holiday. I don't know if it would be really competitive.
Probably not. It does make me wonder, though, if we were talking about Yisan tech earlier. I wonder if Tangle, Popper All-Star Tangle, would be good enough in Yisan against the aggressive decks, because it's both a fog and a freeze. All right, so game 2. Sylvain will be on the play. Hopefully, we'll not have the awkward 2-land start. So that did play well into a balance, only having 2 lands.
Yeah, it didn't go too bad. Balance really helped. He had the sickness to make sure he didn't have that many cards in hand and still a lot of mana. But he didn't draw many removal, mainly balance and his wrath.
I'd say he didn't draw enough removal. He definitely drew some really good removal.
Yeah, but it's not sufficient. And most Queen Marchesa deck play a huge load of removals. But against the issue here is the spam of both commanders, and that's what we've been talking a lot on many forums. That's the issue. Definitely with Bruse Reyhan, the issue is that you can spam both one each turn. Each one really needs to be dealt with immediately, or at least quite soon, or blocked or something. While something like Trezios or Timna can be, well, maybe you can forget it and find other ways to play around it. To have the required body to be impressive in the current format.
Sylvain leads with Boros Guildgate, a classic play. Let's see if Aurélien leads with Selesnya Guildgate. No. Elf. All right.
Well, That's okay in Reyhan, because he will only need one more black mana to play Reyhan turn 2.
Yep. All right.
It's quite sad when you have a commander that you want to play and requires no green mana.
Sylvain with a Mind Stone. All right. Guess we might be seeing a turn 3 Marchesa here, but maybe not staring down 2 creatures on board.
Cavern of Soul. Not the burst card in the matchup, but it does some black mana.
Yep, and it mana fixes for both Reyhan and Bruse. So then, drawing before he untaps. Boo. Spagoosh, it is currently 1-0 in favor of Aurélien. This is game 2.
Oh, so that's one of the flip cards from a Monket. I'm not sure I see well which one it is. Is it the removal for 2 that deals 4 damage to a creature?
Yes, it's a Mizian Mortars on one side, and I'm turning my head to read the other side. The other side is each opponent loses X life. Okay, so that's kind
of yeah, it's quite nice. It's a removal spell early in the game and the finisher later. So cut ribbons.
Cool. All right. However, that did make a 4/4 mana elf.
Yeah, that's the sad part. But well, maybe he'll have another removal for that elf. You can see that during the previous game, the fact that Pass gave one more land to Aurélien really was a problem, because he could just right away start spamming his commanders again.
Right.
When a simple lightning bolt would have been sufficient.
All right, Fauna Shaman coming down. That should cause some problems for Sylvain as well.
Yeah, again, a card that must be dealt with, or it becomes just out of hand, out of control.
All right, let's hope it's something good, Sylvain. You really don't want this Fauna Shaman on tap.
Nope, and to fetch all of the... well, the deck has many cards that you could want to tutor, and that are really...
What's the first card you find? My answer is Brushwag.
I'm sorry?
My answer is Brushwag.
Brushwag.
Yeah, classic card. Brushwag. Classic card, Brushwag. See, I got it there in chat.
Yeah.
Card's insane.
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. You've got Benchvine, Bloodgeist, Anger, the Gore Clan, and many cool cards. So,
Wanton Damnation. Hey, just Damnation. Got him.
Well, that does the job.
Interestingly, leaves Mind Stone untapped. I mean, you got to bluff some colored mana spell, right? You got to tap your Mind Stone during that activation. Maybe he's got Simian Spirit Guide, crack Mind Stone, draw a card. We'll see after this fetch is resolved. I see a Tainted Pact in Aurelian's deck. Good man. Tainted Pact is the best card in the game. Everybody shuffling. Unpopular opinion, maybe a popular opinion, I'm sure. Fetch lands never should have been made. It's just fetch lands shouldn't exist. Let's be real.
That's not nice. I like fetch lands.
I love playing fetch lands, but they shouldn't exist. They take up so much time. They make a bunch of cards really broken. Brainstorm. And make mana fixing really, really easy.
It makes the dual lands really expensive.
Yeah. Okay. Someone picking up lands again. Okay. Whoop.
Eternal Witness. Was he going to take back a fetch for Nashaman? Okay.
Fauna Shaman. There we go.
Well, that's one of the best cards in the deck, so always nice to have a card that your opponent must react to. That really seems to be the whole point of the deck until now. Play Reyhan. Oh my god, you must react. Play Bruse. Oh my god, you must react. Play Fauna Shaman. Oh my god. Ah!
Things have come a long way since whole Rada aggro. All right, Innocent Blood.
And then Queen Marchesa, I guess.
How to destroy Geist 101. Innocent Blood. It's 1 mana. You play around all these 4 spikes. Get them good.
You just must not have any creatures on the board. That's the issue for most decks.
Oh, yeah.
So you'll have to use a Flashback Marauder, something like a Diabolic Edict, Channel's Edict.
Your Flashback Marauder gets dazed, though, and then you're like, oh, no.
Yeah, that's the issue with all spells costing 2, 3, 4. Well, 1 or 2 is okay, but 3, 4 takes so much spells. So easy to counter, to bounce, to everything.
I'm sure that we'll see a Geist and Bruse Reyhan match sooner rather than later.
And swing, and that's quite nice for them. Well, unlike the previous game, he doesn't have anything to swing with, so he may have a little more time to build the board and make sure Aurélien doesn't come back into the game. And let's hope that he does, so that we have a game 3, even if there's only 16 minutes in the game, or in the round, I mean.
All right, so what's the play here? Fauna Shaman plus another creature? I think it has to be. You have to be able to beat more than 1 removal spell a turn. Just playing Bruse is not going to get you there.
Oh, that's nice.
Rhino's pretty good.
It blocks pretty well. It aggroes pretty well too. Desert Shaman. Oh, that's nice. It's nice too.
And this is pretty relevant. If that Deathrite Shaman can live, and there's enough instants and sorceries in the graveyard, Sylvain is at 10, which is just a few drains from Deathrite Shaman combined with any attacks. That's actually a pretty quick clock.
Indeed. It can go pretty fast. He's only at 10. Now Queen Marchesa is too small to attack. So let's see what he has in hand and what he can do to improve his board state.
Vampire Nighthawk.
Oh, that's nice.
What a man.
Does he really want to attack? Then he may have to find a way to deal with one of the creatures, because if Aurélien attacks with both creatures, he may take back the Monarch. Maybe he doesn't care and plans on taking it back again to the next turn.
I also don't think Aurélien can afford to attack with both. You really need Deathrite Shaman for its activation. Plus, Siege Rhino can attack alone with Trample and still get the Monarch, assuming there's no removal, of course. And there's also this. How about them apples? Give this 4/5 Trample, Double Strike, and Lifelink. Show me your removal. Okay.
Well,
Got it.
He had it. That could have been nice. He decided not to block with the Rhino against Marchesa to allow him to maybe gain 8 But well, at least he gained 4. That's okay.
Yeah, your opponent gains 4. You also stay at 10 as opposed to 2. That's fine.
Well, the issue is that he paid 4 to have a creature killed for 1 mana. And again, the Fauna Shaman.
No, I'm surprised Sylvain did not crack the Mind Stone at end of turn. With 6 mana, that's pretty sufficient. You really don't need the colorless anymore. That's just me, though. I love having too many cards in hand.
We'll see what Sylvain manages to do, because on the next turn he can tutor for Gorklan and try to go for the kill.
Right.
Okay, so he's trying to get some HP back, and that's quite good in his situation.
And step draw, is it? Okay, well, Fauna Shaman is no longer summoning sick. And the Aurélien has a lightning bolt and a call against command. Oh no. Oh no.
Well, yes, let's draw some solutions. So no Marchesa to block. That's gonna be painful. Chip removal spells are so good in the current meta.
I think Lightning Bolt is the most played card at the moment in the format.
And it's just perfect. Most of the cards you want to kill right now have a toughness of 3 maximum. There are really few cards that you want to handle that have 4 toughness or more. So Lightning Bolt is really awesome. Yeah, all that kind of removals costing only 1, killing most of the creatures in the game, or that can even be recycled directly in your opponent. It's just awesome.
So we saw Bruse attack and target himself there, and it got through, which is very surprising.
Took back the Monarch, put Sylvain at 6, getting back at 19.
Queen Marchese to take back the Monarch, okay. And Vampire Nighthawk might go in here. Oh, no, Queen Marchesa will go in here. Okay. Both will go in here.
That's interesting. Maybe he has some kind of solution. What is he going to do? Because he could die during his next turn. He could clearly die.
I don't know what there is for 2 mana
and 1 colorless
to stop both of these threats.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with Marcus Magic in the chat. 3 toughness is really important, and you barely see Lightning Strike and Incinerate and all of that played, and I think it's a shame because yeah, they do so many things for only 2 mana as instant. They can kill creatures, planeswalkers, players. I found that just yeah, awesome. Yes, when you play 4 colors, maybe you have many cheap removals that you can play instead of that. But if you have a bit less colors, I think it's really good. It's indeed almost a hero's demise. The removal for 3 that kills a creature or planeswalker is some of that in the format.
So it looks like on upkeep, Sylvain tried to wasteland the Temple Garden by Aurélien. Aurelien's going to respond by using Fauna Shaman. Probably using that Temple Garden he hasn't tapped yet. Oh, what? Maybe the Summit Ground. Sorry, there's a bit of confusion here on the board. But he's discarding Tarmogoyf to find a creature.
Yeah, Hero's Downfall. That's more like it, I guess.
And it looks like Fauna Shaman's fighting Saskia the Unyielding.
Oof, that's violent.
We're gonna push through a lot of damage here. So this math checks out if Saskia and Bruse both live. If you kill, so Bruse attacks and targets itself. You kill Bruse. Saskia will deal 6 damage to Sylvain, and then Deathrite will be able to drain for the last amount.
Yeah, that's interesting because a Gore clan here would have been, you would have had to use 2 cards, lose 2 cards on a removal. But thanks to Saskia, he has 1 more threat with haste, that can really allow him to just win the game basically. So it's a nice choice, and it may just end the game in his favor.
Okay, so it looks like they did the Fauna Shaman activation at end of Sylvain's turn, and we're just backing up. And then he's still going to go for the Wasteland at upkeep. However, I don't know why Sylvain did not go for the obvious black source that Deathrite Shaman needs to activate. But that's just me. I have knowledge, so of seeing both players' hands, or at least Aurelian's. Yep, here comes the Saskia, but he tapped the Badlands for black. Okay.
It's a human again for the council.
Well, that's what I'm saying is he could use the Cavernous Souls for black mana, use the rest of his mana for the other colors, attack with Bruse, target itself, attack with Saskia, put you to 2, activate Deathrite Shaman. Maybe I'm missing something?
So he attacked and Bruse targets Bruse.
Okay, since the Fauna Shaman happened at end of Sylvain's turn, it's actually available to attack this turn, which makes this even more lethal, unless this last card for 1 mana is Darkness.
If he doesn't have any removal, that's 22 damage. If he kills Saskia, that's 8 damage. If he kills Bruse, that's 10 damage. So yeah, 2-0 for Aurélien. That was just way too hard. He would have needed not to attack with some of his creatures or 2 removals. But 1 removal and no blockers, it's just too hard.
I'm really curious what else Sylvain had in his hand when he played Queen Marchesa, because it tied up all of his mana for that turn, which was brutal.